You're a midlife woman, and what you're finding is that you're so deep beneath the different layers of things of midlife that somehow in the midst of all of that, you forgot that you are one of the layers. And so maybe you're juggling raising kids, launching them, or being an empty nester. Maybe you are busy juggling a business or corporate career. Perhaps you are in a space of realizing that amongst all of these things, these successes, maybe the home, the wealth that you've grown, whatever it is that you've done, somehow along the way, you weren't a part of the equation anymore. And you might be feeling exhausted and depleted and unsure about how you got to this stage of your life, have done all these things successfully, and somehow forgot yourself along the way. And if that's you, then hi, my name is Jen. I'm the founder and owner of Laughing Lotus Wellness. I'm a transformational midlife revolution coach. And what I do is actually help women get deep clarity around where they are, where they want to go, how they're going to get there, what's the bridge to get you from one space to the next, right? So that you can reconnect with your power, who you are, what you value, what you stand for, and create the legacy that you were meant to leave in this world. And so I know what this looks like because if you're new here and you don't know me, I was a psychotherapist for over 20 years in a private practice. For much of that time, I've been a 3-time business owner, kind of been around and seen a lot of things. And so what I love doing is taking that clinical wisdom with my very favorite healing modalities to support people through this journey. So I'm a certified yoga instructor, Reiki master, emotion code provider, a whole host of things that I do that I combine together to create a really incredible result for my clients, that we take this 5-part journey and really help you reconnect with yourself and figure out how you want to have a different relationship with midlife, because I was in that same space. So this is coming from a place of having lived it myself and wanting women to have a shorter time of being really uncomfortable like I had. I like to save you if I can. And one space that's huge to unlock in this is your midlife opportunity. And one of the things I find that people commonly say about midlife is that it's a crisis, that it's bad, that it's stressful, that there are all those layers that are coming in, right? We're juggling a lot of things in midlife. I just had dinner with friends the other evening. It was so amazing to sit with these women. So there's 3 other women and myself, and all these moms are talking about their kids, where their kids are at, what's happening with that. Some of us are completely done with launching kids and are empty nesters. Some still have kids at home. And we're talking about juggling those pieces, right? With our careers, with our health, with our parents. And so it was just this beautiful reflection about why I do what I do as I'm listening to them talk, the struggles, the journeys, and how I think that everything is about how we show up to it. And we actually have an opportunity to arrive in midlife and see it something as other than a crisis, but rather an awakening. And for me, that just fits so much more. As a revolutionary myself, I'm just like, I don't want to go into midlife thinking of it as a shit heap. I'm sorry, I don't want to do that, right? I can either drive like this shiny BMW or this broke ass down car. And I guess I'm going to drive the shiny BMW if I can do it by choice, correct? It's red, by the way, the one in my head, just saying. So what I want us to do is really think about unlocking a mindset for yourself that's about opportunity. And it's time to unlearn and relearn some of what we think we know. Because I find so many people in this stage of life are just still kind of doing things in a hamster wheel, and they're not really kind of like stepping back enough to go, oh, that's old shit. That doesn't work for me anymore. That's who I was then, and this is where I am now. You have shifted so much in life. By the time you got to midlife, your values and the things that you want and the way that you want to create them might look completely different from the time that you were 20 and 30. And so I want you to really think about that, right? That your mindset is shifting the whole time. And so taking this opportunity to unlearn and relearn where you really want to be and what you want to do with that. And so to me, one of the most pivotal journeys I take clients through is removing their blocks. So what can happen with time and experience is that we have moments from growing up with parents, family, close friends, teachers, professors, it doesn't matter whom, And then also culture, what culture tells us about what it's like to be a woman, what it's like to be midlife, right? We were cracking a joke on the podcast the other day about how we get so many mixed messages, right? One is, oh my God, don't get old. And the other is, don't be too young, don't be weird, right? So midlife, we get all these weird messages. They're so conflicting. And so we want to think about when we show up to those pieces, very likely there are spots and places in your life where you have something I call an emotional block. And it's almost like your body retains it. So I want you to imagine almost for a minute like a library. And in the library of who you are, all of your vast experiences, there's a few books that are maybe holding some garbage that really aren't helpful anymore. What we took in once as a piece of knowledge is like not really helpful knowledge anymore. And like we maybe want to recycle it out the door, correct? Sometimes we need help doing that. Removing emotion and blocks that we've been holding for a long time is a really important tool to kind of relearning, right? Launching into a new space of seeing the opportunity, experiencing that in a different way, because it's almost like dragging stuff with us. If we try to go in, learn something new, but I'm still hanging on to a bunch of my old ideas and mindsets, it's going to be that much harder to incorporate and make those shifts that I want to make, right? And my job, my passion is to help you have the easiest possible experience with all of this. So what we do is we do some energy work. I like using emotion code and Reiki to help go in and do these things because they're really powerful tools and we talk a lot, by the way. So just so you know, that's where like that therapist history comes in really handy, is because I'm used to processing with people about deep emotional things. And so that's what we do, is we combine all these tools and it helps us release and let go of some of those things that we need to and want to unlearn, right? So that's a big awakening. It's a big awakening. One of my favorite things, let me just say this, is with my clients, when we're working together, is watching a woman all of a sudden see the thread from where she is to where it stemmed from, and then going, I can totally change this. I can be the boss of where I am, where I was, where I am, where I want to go. I get to be the boss of that. And so watching them uncover this awareness and then let go of stuff that's really not serving them anymore is one of my very favorite pieces of coaching women. And so this is really a powerful part of your journey that I think that's really important if you want to start taking this revolutionary approach to midlife. You're going to want to unlearn some stuff and let go of some things that actually might be preventing you from taking in and moving in the way that you'd like to move in a different direction. Step 2, visualize the things you most want in your life right now. What are you wanting? And so take a moment to think, do I want more stillness? Do I want more peace? Do I want more time? For the love of all that's holy, right? I was talking to one of my coaching clients today, and one of her friends was talking about how he's going to be able to take this, leave of kind of time and effort away from a job that he had that was really stressful, even though it was super important work. And she was having this moment of like envy, like, look at this guy gets to take a step back, take a breath, have some time. So as we age, in midlife, our values and all of that stuff can kind of shuffle around, right? Do you want more purpose? Do you want to redefine your roles? Are you kind of tired of feeling like you've been living inside this like little box about what you are and who you are and how you show up? That has been one of the most fun things of midlife to me, is really kind of rediscovering and reshifting things that I was like, yeah, that was then, this is now. I'm liking this vibe so much better for me right now, right? And so it can look like so many things, a new hobby. It can be leaning further into how you volunteer your time, service orientation. All those pieces become really, really important to us as we age. And so it's just like, what am I wanting more of? So I want you to visualize it, because it's really important to see for yourself where you want to go, what you want to do. And that third piece is identifying what you want to create. You have an opportunity at this point in your season of life to create whatever the hell it is you want to create. There really aren't any limits. And what's beautiful is now you've got a bunch of wisdom and things to back up what you want to do. It's not just like a flailing, dream and a vision without any substance. You've got a ton of substance. And so I really want you to think about that. Like, what would I want to create? What do I want more of in my life? And then what do I want to create for my life? What do I want it to mean? What do I want to leave here? What kinds of actions can I take that create a ripple effect that I know will be long living beyond my years? What does that look like? And what does that feel like to you? And so it's really important to take time, though. I want to really witness this. is that midlife is not a death sentence. There is something so profoundly broken in our culture when we think this way. Like midlife is a shit sandwich and I have all these things going on and it's all hard and it's all work centered and there isn't any real joy. And I don't agree with that. I think that we get to decide what it looks and feels like. And that's what my passion and purpose is helping women uncover this part of their journey. Like I get to decide how I want this to be different. I'm super feisty and I'm super sassy. I always have been, and I've been a rebel. I've gotten myself in trouble by speaking into the heart of things that people don't want to talk about. I'll be honest, it has gotten me in trouble. But also I wouldn't trade that for a single thing. Because very often what it was the small dark voice in there somewhere, right, in the darkness that wants to be heard, that I was saying shit other people didn't want to say. And so I am the person that's trying to break into this space of midlife and talk the love and light into all the experiences we're having without it just being gloom and doom. I just don't see it that way. And I don't want to have a midlife that way. I want to be vital, right? I have all these things I want to do. I want to spend a lot of time with my daughter as she grows up and ages and goes through her own adult journey. I want to be the best kind of partner and wife that I can. I want to be a wonderful friend. I'm really passionate about having a really small, intimate, close, connected group of people I trust and spend time with. I want to learn every single day of my life. I have all sorts of values that are really important to me to institute into my daily routine, my daily practices, or maybe it's not something I can do daily, but travel, for example, right? I can't travel daily right now because that's just not in the cards. But do I value it? Hell yes. Am I doing more of it? Hell yes. Right? And that came from visualization and manifestation and things like that. So we just want to understand we've got a choice. You've got a choice. You've got an opportunity. You get an opportunity to decide how you want to do it differently now. And to me, that's everything. So if you'd like more tips, tools, and tricks about this kind of thing, I invite you to head over to my website, which is laughinglotuswellness.com. And if you head there, there's a purpose tools. You'll see there's like a revolutionary tools kind of section. Go in there. A ton of content is in there just waiting to be checked out by you that will hopefully help support this revolutionary midlife journey you're on. And so hopefully that can be a space where you might land if you were like, I'd like to learn more. Where do I go to start? That's a great space to do that. So until next time, my friends, I am Jen from Laughing Lotus Wellness, signing off to support you on that rise into midlife revolution and purpose, to support you creating that incredible legacy that only you can leave in the world. And I can't wait to see how you're going to do that by hanging out and joining with me on this journey together. Let's create a revolution and doing something totally different that's never been done, because you and I can be rebels till we're done on this planet. And I hope that you'll support me in helping create that midlife revolution.